To make it totally simple, there only is awareness, a wholly positive basic space of awareness, and that awareness is vast like infinite space. All points of view, no matter what they are, included within that awareness. We don't need to say anything other than that. When I say that points of view are like a mirage or like a rainbow, I say they are like a mirage, like a rainbow. I don't say they are a mirage or illusion or an illusion. There is an enormous distinction between the two. As long as there is an illusion, there is duality. As long as there is an illusion, there is duality. As long as there are all these layers of explanations about what's going on, that there's consciousness, this, that, and the other thing, all these are points of view. When we just rest naturally for short moments, repeated many times, it becomes easeful and it becomes permanent, and it just becomes more and more the natural reality of our own being, and we realize that, like Pietra said, to already be the case. Everything changes, but nothing changes. We just realize our essence of awareness. So for example, take up a frame of reference that everything is an illusion, then that'll just be a frame of reference about what everything is. But when there's no need to be anything other than awareness, then no matter what occurs, no frame of reference is required. When we rest naturally for short moments, repeated many times, and I can guarantee this to you, resting naturally for short moments many times, it becomes automatic. At first, maybe the first few days or so, there's no way to say what the case will be for you. It might be an instant, or it could be all day. We have no idea. But even if it is an instant, that will be an instant of natural rest, and that instant will grow longer and longer. And soon it'll be minutes, and then it'll be a half an hour, and then an hour, and then hours, and then days, and then months, and then years. So you see, if we're trying to get to awareness by examining everything as an illusion or setting up all these contexts or frame of reference for what freedom is, then we can never possibly be free. But if we acknowledge everything to already be who we are, in other words, awareness only, then we're free in every perception. When we don't adopt a frame of reference about what we are, like everything is an illusion, or nothing exists, nothing ever happened, nothing is, it's all a dream. If we adopt any of those, then we have a fixed idea of what freedom is. And that fixed idea of freedom will never sustain us. We'll come up against something where that fixed idea of freedom will absolutely not sustain us. But when we're free as every perception, no matter what it is, and I don't mean we enter into the perception or anything like that, we just rest naturally. The perception arises, it disappears like the flight path of a bird in the sky. The more we do so, the more it's obvious that everything is awareness only. Then no matter what perception arises, we're timelessly free. Nothing can undo what we already are. But if we are constantly focused on a state or some kind of context, that can't support us. We'll eventually face something that'll be very difficult for us to handle, and we won't be able to maintain that frame of reference. I've seen it happen over and over again in the last 24 years. Say we adopt a context of something like emptiness. Everything is empty. There's nothing other than emptiness. Nothing ever happened. Nothing exists, any of these things. And then all of a sudden we're in some very difficult situation. Our whole family die. or our child is run over by a car, or something like that. You see, there's no way that a frame of reference can support us in something like that. The only thing that can support us is the reality of what we are, freedom as the immediate perception of whatever is occurring. Say we develop a catastrophic illness or whatever it is. Say the Chinese invade the US or Europe, whatever it is, So these things that are unexpected, when we're free as every perception, then we're free no matter what occurs. We're free in every circumstance without needing to have any context for what that is. The perception is freedom. The perception is freedom. It's always been the case, and it always will be. Anything else is a dualistic teaching. Even though it may say it's non-duality, it's dualistic. It's as simple as that. And of course, too, we all die. We all die, so that when we're entirely free as the immediacy of every perception, and we grow and grow as the unremitting joy of that, then we're also prepared for our own death. Any of these thoughts we have occurring as our own awareness in any moment, and no matter how challenging they may be, no matter how sticky they may seem to be to us, there's no perception that's ever going to be more of a challenge than our own death. But you see, when we rest freely, when we rest just naturally as the essence of our being, then we're prepared no matter what occurs. We're relaxed, we're at ease. We're free. So the great reality of timeless freedom is one of utter relaxation without limitation, without context, without frame of reference, where absolutely no frame of reference is needed or ever occurred. Just a single blissful expanse.